Nate is in front of the camera with you today. We're doing a little guerrilla style YouTube video because there's a chance there might be a firefall in Yosemite tonight. We are heading out bright and early from Los Angeles, going to Yosemite Valley, and then we're gonna drive back. So we're taking you for a day trip into Yosemite from LA.
Long day.
Come join us. When Nate and I decided to head out on this last-minute trip to Yosemite, we weren't planning on making a blog post or a YouTube video. We've shared 24 hours in Yosemite with you before, but never a day trip. So we just decided, let's enjoy this adventure from LA to Yosemite and back together. We just gassed up the car and got
drinks,
caffeine for the road because LA to Yosemite and back in one day. This is quite the day trip. How many hours are we talking?
Oh, it's got to be like a good 15 plus hours.
This is not a gentle day trip, but it is a wonderful adventure, and we can't wait to share it with you. The drive from Los Angeles to Yosemite Valley is well over 5 hours. Our usual route takes us up the 99 through the Central Valley's vast agricultural farmland, past Bakersfield, Fresno, and as you approach Madera, keep your eyes peeled for a local landmark, a single palm tree and pine tree standing in the median, marking the geographic center of the state between Southern and Northern California. Then heading off of the 99 through La Grande, you reach Highway 140 winding through Cathy's Valley. In one of my personal favorite small towns, Mariposa, before Mid-Pines and El Porto. I often get asked where you can stay outside of the park but still close to the valley, and I always answer that you can't get much closer than the Yosemite View Lodge. Before you know it, El Porto Road is leading you to Yosemite's Arch Rock entrance, a truly beautiful way to enter the park. And, well, it's just that quick and easy to drive from Los Angeles to Yosemite National Park. We just arrived in Yosemite Valley. Going to spend the afternoon exploring a little bit before heading to see Firefall. And we're so excited to see what is flowing behind us.
The Cascades?
So in the spring, this can just be raging. But even right now, mid-February, it's flowing pretty well.
It is, yeah, it's a good sign.
Back in the car, we get our first peek at Bridal Fall. It's interesting to note how little snow is on the ground right now in mid-February. However, we're expecting a storm system to come through any day, so we could see more snow soon. Our next stop has long been a favorite spot for locals and tourists to enjoy the incredible views. Can you guess where we are? Where are we? This is kind of a spot you have to stop. At least we have to stop.
Yeah, it's a must.
Is the view worth it? Check it out. While I love the tunnel view views, don't forget, right behind the parking lot, you can head up to Artist Point. Now, I have a blog post about Inspiration Point and Artist Point where you can get these views, but without any of the crowds. On your way back down to the Valley Loop from Tunnel View, make sure to stop at the just reopened Bridal Fall viewing area. Many of the Yosemite Valley waterfalls are really flowing wonderfully right now. Driving through the valley, many parking areas are currently blocked off, and near the Capitan Picnic Area, one lane of the road is even closed to vehicles so pedestrians can safely walk, while park signage prohibits walking or stopping along sections of Southside Drive between noon and 7 p.m. during the current Horsetail Fall natural firefall phenomenon season. Please make sure to visit the official Yosemite NPS website for the most accurate and up-to-date details if you're planning a February visit. Heading to our final stop of the day at Swinging Bridge, you can read important firefall information here and see Yosemite Falls flowing in the distance. We just finished a little stroll on Swinging Bridge, and we actually parked in the Swinging Bridge parking lot. Now, where are we headed?
We are heading up 4-mile trail.
That's right. So it's really important to both check the NPS website and check with rangers when you're arriving, because 4 Mile can close.
Yep. Yeah, right now it's currently closed at Union Point.
Yes, so about halfway up.
Yep.
The official viewing area down here is a wonderful place to watch for Firefall, but we really enjoy 4 Mile. So even though we can only go up a little ways, that's where we're going to try to catch it today.
Yeah. Now just make sure that you're not walking along the road because they will fine you. So we're actually going to take a part of the valley loop to catch the trailhead for 4 Mile.
So important. There's lots of signage. Check again the Yosemite NPS website for all the most up-to-date information. You want to make sure you're abiding by those park rules just to honor the leave no trace principles and keep this Firefall experience wonderful for years to come.
Absolutely.
We are all bundled up. It's not too cold right now, but it's gonna get cold, especially once it gets dark. So from the parking area, we just crossed the street and we're heading on Valley Loop Trail just a little bit on our way to 4 Mile Trail.
Let's go.
Let's go. The full Yosemite Valley Loop covers over 11 miles across the valley floor. However, we're only seeing a slight sliver of that today on our way to the 4 Mile Trail trailhead. And just like that, in under a quarter of a mile, we are officially on 4 Mile Trail, so we're gonna start heading up. 4 Mile Trail is one of Yosemite's more strenuous day hikes, but it leads to some of the park's most spectacular viewpoints, including Sentinel Dome, Taft Point, and Glacier Point. So right now, Tuesday, February 13th, there's very little snow at the base of 4 Mile Trail, but it's important to check conditions. Often you need snow cleats, and it can be very icy here. You are entering the Yosemite Wilderness as you head up 4 Mile Trail, so it's always important to plan properly for this hike, particularly in the winter months, as conditions can change and get icy, snowy, and dangerous the higher you go in elevation. Now, don't let the name 4 Mile Trail fool you. This hike is nearly 5 miles up one way. The switchbacks and the elevation gain are no joke, but I think we found one of our favorite spots to shoot, so we're gonna hunker down and get ready for hopefully a beautiful firefall this evening. The outcropping along 4 Mile Trail on the way towards kind of Union Point is definitely one of the more popular spots to shoot on 4 Mile Trail. I will say I love our little spot because it's often super quiet. Today, it's just Nate and I, but really there are wonderful areas to see firefall, whether it's in the valley or up here at 4 Mile. It's about 4:30. We are officially all set up, just waiting for that firefall. We've got 2 Canon cameras, our iPhones, Insta360. Are we set to capture this firefall if it happens?
We are ready. So Dawn, you think we're gonna get a firefall today?
Up until about 5 minutes ago, I absolutely did. It has been gorgeous and sunny. The wall has been lit up at like 3 p.m., 4 p.m., 4:45 p.m. It's just a little after 5, like 5:05, and in the past 5 minutes, what has happened?
There's a lot of shade on that wall.
So I needed to move quickly or we might get skunked.
Check it out.
I've been so blessed to see the incredible Horsetail Fall firefall colors light up El Cap numerous times over the years. But I've also been skunked a few times, and I was so sure this evening there was going to be no firefall when the clouds moved in. At 5:15, the wall was still covered, but at about 5:25, the clouds miraculously lifted, and suddenly there were vivid oranges on the horizon, and from a distance, I could see a sliver of red lighting up the wall. It is just a sliver, but I think we have a little firefall. I'm so excited to share this time-lapse video with you from Tuesday, February 13th, 2024, and the tiny firefall we were able to capture. But I also want to show you a time-lapse from last year at this exact same spot. We hiked up, the weather conditions predicted a gorgeous firefall. It was sunny all day, but at the last minute, the clouds moved in, covering everything, and we were totally skunked. But we hiked up again the next night, and we got a gorgeous firefall. It's just a wonderful reminder that this is a natural phenomenon, so you never know what the weather's going to hold in store, but Nate and I like to say there are no bad days when you're visiting Yosemite.
It is officially getting dark. We have wrapped up today's Firefall adventure. Did we get a firefall?
We got a sliver of a firefall.
Just a sliver. I mean, it was about as baby as you could get, but I was so sure we were going to get skunked. At like the last minute, those clouds came in, so I will take it. I'm not complaining.
Not at all.
Now we have to pack all our stuff up and probably hike down in the dark, and then we just have a short drive home.
Just a short.
It's going to be about 5 hours. Totally worth it, though. So I know this was a different kind of style of video for us. We're going to be back next week with kind of our typical YouTube and blog posts, but thank you for joining us for a long day trip from LA to Yosemite. And both Nate and I, until next week, wish you adventure and encouragement wherever you go. Bye.
Bye.
It is officially dark, but we're almost down 4 Mile Trail, and you can hear the traffic along the Valley Loop.
We are back in our car, and our day trip to Yosemite is not done because we have how long?
5-ish hours on the road.
And then we'll be back home in LA. LA to Yosemite to LA in a day.
Easy peasy.